Hi everyone, I'm Padmi. I'm featured on this episode of Ask Me on High TV, but I am actually at my home, and unlike last time where we had this mysterious person who was asking all the questions from the background, this time, because we're working from home, we're supposed to be reading out our own questions and answering them. So let's change things up a bit. Okay, so question number one. What time do you wake up in the morning? I wake up anytime between 7 and 7:30. Well, I wake up, but I do not get out of bed exactly at that time. What's the best way to conduct a meeting while working from home? So I think the first thing you have to decide is what is the outcome you want from that meeting. You have to decide who needs to be in that meeting, and more than anything, you need to give a little time for all those people to be ready with the outcome you want, so that when you have the call finally, in that limited time, you get your decisions out. Because you don't have time to discuss, debate, unlike when you're at a sort of a face-to-face meeting. What is the one word you say the most? Nowadays I say, oh dear. Work from home or commute to work. I'm on the fence really with this, because home is still productive, still I do the work I need to do and I'm much more calmer. Commuting to work, well, getting together and seeing your team members physically and being able to sit around, talk to them, have a laugh, joke around, at the same time, have those interesting meetings. It's fun, but I hate the drive, so I'm on the fence. Yoga or home workout? Zumba. I found Zumba very interesting when I'm at home. The biggest disruption during your work from home time? Well, I'm surprised that I say this myself. My pets, they're the biggest disruption. They hate when I have any tab on my hand. They hate it. They basically hate when people call me. So they bark so loud so that I'm not able to have a call in peace. Yes, they're the biggest disruption. Aside from necessities, what one thing could you not go a day without during this lockdown? Washing my hands. I think everybody does. Who has been the greatest influence and why? Well, I think during this phase, I suppose it's everyone who's giving us inspiration with the work they do, with the advice, with the courage they possess, especially the armed forces. I think it's amazing what they do. People who feed stray animals. It's a lot of people who give this influences, great positive influences in our lives. So what's the one thing you've learned never to do as of now? I think never to stop being grateful about what you have, about the little things in life, the simple things in life, which a lot of people probably won't have. So being grateful. What makes you feel accomplished? What makes me feel accomplished is when I do something and the outcome makes me feel good, and I feel that I've done justice to that task. I feel accomplished. Morning person or night owl? Night owl has always been. What are the problems you think the next generation would face after this pandemic? I think there's a lot of positives coming out of this pandemic more than anything else. As much as there is a risk for health and there is a risk attached to it, I think the next generation would have a lot of positive outcomes. But if I'm to say problem. Probably unemployed people might have challenges in terms of finding employment, probably to a speed they want. I think that could be a challenge, because I think Sri Lanka sort of elevated themselves to a different era with this pandemic. Today, the online activities we do suddenly, within a week or so, is amazing. So I think the next generation would feel very comfortable with this idea. What's your best advice for people starting out in their own business during the economic crisis? I think what's really important is that you first look for the best opportunity. The pandemic or this economic environment has sort of given some wins, and at the same time there's a risk for other industries. So when you are thinking of starting up a business, you need to pick the right opportunity. You need to make sure that you research about it really well, and then decide what is the best time to invest. So what's the next question? What are the top 3 apps on your smartphone during quarantine? So the first one is Netflix. I would say Pinterest, because it gives a lot of inspiration for creativity. And the third one is equally WhatsApp and Viber, because you have community groups who say, okay, the veggie vendor is here, the meat vendor is here, so you're like connected all the time to get your essentials down. Okay, what's the last one? What really makes you angry while working from home? To be honest, I'm more calmer working from home. I've not got to this level of negative emotion like being angry yet. So things are pretty good, even though we're working from home, though it is supposed to be a lockdown. We try to keep things positive, and I think that's how it should be. So that's about it. In fact, I think I did a pretty good job. So everyone out there, stay safe, stay blessed, and be patient. Good things will come out of this.